Hi friends, I am back with another vocabulary video. So can you guess the name of the place as shown in the picture? It has coconut trees and a river passing by. You are absolutely right, it is Kerala. So let's get back to our story. There once lived a young girl Sita who was the classmate of Akash. So you remember Akash? We have discussed about him in the previous vocabulary video. So Akash and Suresh, they both have competed against each other and finally completed their exams. So Sita was one of their classmates. Okay. Next, since the final exams had completed, everyone travelled to their native places. Sita also travelled to her grandparents' place, which was situated in Kerala, also known as God's own country. It is famous for its picturesque landscape and stunning waterfalls. It has popular tourist spots such as Coorg, Wayanad, etc. Sita was a habituée to this place because she was very fond of her grandparents. We all love to visit our grandparents' place once in a while. Yeah, because we can spend some good amount of time with them. They read us a lot of stories. They, prepare our favorite dishes. Yeah, we all love our grandparents. Their house was a magnificent building surrounded by swaying coconut trees and lush green gardens which had abundant flowers. So, this paragraph describes about Sita's grandparents' house, okay, which was a huge and magnificent building and which was surrounded by coconut trees and gardens which had beautiful and abundant flowers. Next, she had many friends and plenty of toys to play with. She had a mesmerizing voice and was a fervent singer. Her grandma used to read her a lot of stories and prepare her favorite authentic dishes such as puttu, idiyappam, appam, etc. Though she was an amateur in cooking, her recipes were delicious and creditable. She would also prepare chutney using mortar and pestle. Okay, this is not the end of it. The most important concept lies in the coming slides, so please stay tuned. Now let's understand the meanings of the words used in the simple comprehension. The first word is abundant, that means plentiful, ample. Okay, usually we use the word ample to denote the amount of time. For example, she had an ample amount of time left after completing her exam that she soon fell asleep in the examination hall. Ample amount of time. In this case, abundant means there were large number of flowers in the garden, in Sita's garden. Swaying means to swing or oscillate. So in this case, the coconut trees were swaying, from one side to another due to the cool breeze. Habitué, that means a regular visitor. If a person visits a place regularly, then he is called as a habitué. Picturesque, attractive or scenic. Okay, so in Kerala there are many places which look stunning and which are scenic. That means they are very beautiful to look at. Next, authentic, that means original or genuine. So in case of dishes, we would like to have authentic dishes. That means the original dish. It's not copied from some other dish or item. Okay, each item or dish has its own taste. Such kind of dishes are called as authentic. They're described as authentic. So each place in any country, each and every place will be famous or is famous for such kind of dishes. Next, mesmerizing. Okay, to enthrall or spellbind. Here, the girl Sita has a good voice. mesmerizing voice. That means with her singing or with her voice, she enthralls everybody to spellbind with her performance, with her singing. Next, mortar and pestle. These are the tools used for crushing and grinding ingredients into fine paste. So the picture which we can see here, it's a mortar and a pestle. The bowl kind of thing is the mortar, and the tool which is used to grind the ingredients into paste is called as a pestle. Okay, till day many of them use this to grind spices or ginger, garlic, etc. To retain the taste of the ingredients. Next word is amateur, means a non-professional, someone who does something just for pastime, not as a professional. So, for example, few people sing or do paintings, okay, just to pass the time as a hobby. It's not their professional job. So here in this case, her grandmother, she would just try out different dishes or cook delicious items just as a pastime, okay, but still they would taste yummy. Next, creditable. Creditable means praiseworthy or laudable. So here, even though her grandmother prepares the dishes as an amateur, yet they were so tasty and delicious that they were creditable, that they were praiseworthy. Okay. Next, coming to the concept of the story. So one day, what happened? One day, her grandmother read a small story from Mahabharata, okay, which was about Pandavas. So the names of the Pandavas were Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva. You all might be knowing. Okay, so it was a small story which she read out to her granddaughter. So the story was about Arjuna, who, as part of his warfare training, hit a bird's eye from a distance by ignoring the other things such as tree, branch, etc. So his guru, who was Dronacharya, he gave a task as part of a training wherein all the Pandava brothers and their cousin brothers, they all have to hit the eye of a bird which was placed on a tree from certain distance. Okay, so one by one they had tried their luck in hitting the bird. So when others were asked the question, were you able to see the bird or the bird's eye? Everybody replied, yes, we can see the bird, we can see the tree, the branch, the leaves, everything. But only Arjuna gave a correct reply. Arjuna's focus was on the target and he aimed at the bird and released the arrow. So Arjuna replied to his guru Dronacharya that he could see only the eye of the bird. He could not see anything else. His focus was only on the eye of the bird because that was the target assigned to him. Arjuna's focus was only on the target and he aimed at the bird and released the arrow. It sped straight to the target. It went straight to the target and the bird came tumbling down. So he directly hit the target. He did not focus on the surroundings. His focus was only on the bird's eye. Hence his guru Dronacharya, he was impressed by Arjuna's reply or his performance. So with a simple and short story told by her grandmother to Sita, we can understand or learn a moral that in life there are so many unimportant things that consume our valuable time and energy, that distract us from our goals. One should ignore them, fix some goals, and chase them with determination and willpower. So let success follow you and speak for you. This is the moral of the story. That's all for today, friends. Thank you.